Hello and welcome. I'm Padraig King. And for those of you who are joining me on the web, then you're looking at 90minutefocus.com/watch webinar. For those of you who are able to join me live by camera and by video, by telephone, you're welcome also. So today, what I'd like to do is I'd like to take you through a simple formula that I have developed for helping you to boost your focus and to change the way that you concentrate by eliminating as many distractions as possible. So to help you to do this, I'm going to take you through a number of different stages. And the stages that I'm going to show are going to involve using the worksheet, which is available for download. And on the worksheet, you're going to see the panda. There we go. Okay. Pelicans sleep with half of their brain and half of their body awake at a time. So you probably will find that you instinctively switch off parts of your brain and your body when you feel threatened, when you feel frustrated, when you're angry. And when you're attempting to focus and to concentrate, you need all parts of your brain, all parts of your body working with you. So working with the panda here, we want to be sure at least that your ears and that your eyes are working, because at least 90% of all of the information that you would use in any situation where you're concentrating and focusing, almost 90% of that information will be coming through your eyes and through your ears. One of the questions that I would like you to answer before we start is, why do I get distracted? What is it that causes me to be distracted? Is it something physical in the environment, like a tap dripping? Is it people bothering me, asking me questions, people calling continuously and interrupting my work? And could you rate your concentration at the moment? Where would you rate your concentration on a 1 to 5 basis, where 5 is the best and 1 is not very satisfactory? What would you do now if you had great concentration? For some people, they would write a book. For other people, they would travel the world. For other people, they would finish an article and submit it to the magazine, something that they've been holding off doing for years. Some people don't have time to visit their family and friends. They don't have any quality time with family and friends. And within the training that I'm providing here tonight, you're going to find that you have more free time, because with the simple techniques that we're using, we're going to make it easier for you to at least double your concentration during the period of the webinar, and we're going to make it possible for you to make more free time in your life. So how will you know that your concentration has improved? What indicators will you use? Okay. After the webinar, I'm going to ask you some questions also, and they're on the worksheet which has been downloaded. So having spoken about this, I'd like to talk to you for a moment about this whole webinar and what's in it, why I get distracted, where your attention goes, blood and oxygen, and how they affect your concentration. How would you like to feel? How easy would you like concentration to be? Which areas of your brain do what? The 90-minute focus method, I'm going to just run through that. How to set a goal that's specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, time-limited, and I'm going to show you a little extra on the goal setting tonight. So I want you to be able to verify how things are for you now. We're going to clear away some distractions, and we're going to focus your attention into your focus zone. And if you want more, then I will certainly be delighted to help you with that. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to start off with going down through here. So first question is, why do I get distracted? And the answer is, you get distracted because it has to do with whatever is grabbing your attention most urgently at that moment in time. So if you are feeling threatened, anxious, worried, stressed, then any sign of danger in the environment is going to grab your attention at that moment in time. And it will take more of your attention than listening to a person or paying attention to a task that you're supposed to work on. This can change from instant to instant. So your eyes could be looking out the window in one instant, you could be looking at the door next, you could be looking at a person next, and it just keeps changing. This flitting of your attention can cause poor concentration and hyperactivity. So where your attention goes, blood flows. It's no good putting scones in the oven if it's not already heated. So basically, what we want here is, okay, when you are concentrating, when you are focusing, it's this area here just inside your forehead that's going to be doing the concentrating. And if you're stressed and anxious, it is the area at the back of your head, just down here, that has most of the blood supply, most of the oxygen and the nutrition. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that we can bring the resources from the back of the brain right through to the front of the brain so that you can concentrate and focus. So if this is the oven, there's no point in putting scones in there or asking it to do a task unless that area is already resourced with oxygen, with blood, and with nutrition. Just have a look at this. In the brain, as I said, the area at the back is the area that deals with stress and anxiety, pressure, etc. And there are happy areas in the brain right at the front. And when you are concentrating, it is the happy areas that do the concentrating. When you're stressed, it's almost impossible to concentrate. So when you are concentrating, when you are focused, it's possible for your body to move the resources into the front part of your brain. And if you think of something peaceful and calm and relaxing, and sometime that you were focused, you may find that your body will actually sway forwards. When you're stressed, when you're anxious, generally speaking, the resources move to the back of your brain and you move backwards. And using that sway, we can actually establish which part of your brain is working, which is actively engaged, and we can find out what we can do to make it easier for you to concentrate and to focus. So when we come to this image here, the arrows indicate the forwards and backwards sway. On your worksheet, mark only those items that you sway forwards on. So if we only mark the items that we move forward on, that means that we are not interested in the things that are switched off. So we're focusing on the positive rather than the negative. Your brain uses about 20% of all the oxygen you breathe. And although the brain accounts for only 2% of the body mass, it uses 20% of all of the oxygen that you breathe in, which means that if you're low on oxygen, it means that it's going to be very difficult for you to concentrate, to focus, and to avail of all of the resources in your brain while you are concentrating. Okay. Can I just check with everybody that you can see both me and the PowerPoint at the moment?
Yes.
Good. Okay. And a continuous supply of oxygen is necessary for survival. Blood flow can be redirected in the brain, and I just showed you that in terms of standing, that it was when you are concentrating, when you are focusing, when you're happy, the blood supply moves to the front area of your brain, just here. And when you're stressed and anxious, it moves to the back of the brain, back here. So essentially what we want is we want to be able to move the resources, move the blood supply, move all of the nutrition into the front area of the brain so that you can concentrate and focus. This redirection is very significant, and when we can guarantee that we have the blood supply and the resources in the brain, we can almost guarantee concentration. Okay. Remember, concentration cannot take place until your survival needs are met. So if you're feeling threatened, if you're feeling cold, if you're hungry, then it's not possible to concentrate fully. You must meet your basic survival needs first. Usually concentration is not essential for your immediate physical survival. So if we ask this gentleman who's been plucked out of the ocean by the helicopter to concentrate on something, he wouldn't be able to concentrate because he's dealing with survival issues. Okay. When you have insecurity, anxiety, stress, or when you're emotionally charged, then focused attention or concentration are very difficult to establish and to maintain. And I realize I'm just reading the PowerPoints at the moment, but we'll get through these. So the question is, how would you like to feel? Would you like to feel energized? Would you like to have a clear head and to be able to leave out the clutter that fills your mind so that you can give your full attention to this live training event or to anything else that you wish? Let's get more of your brain and your body actively engaged and involved in learning what you're doing right now. And then let's help you to move into a more positive frame of mind to hear, to see, and to learn from this live training event. So to do this, I'm going to invite you to take some water. And I'm going off screen to take some water right now. Okay, so take a sip and hold it in your mouth. And keep it in your mouth until you feel saliva beginning to flow. As soon as that happens, you know that your body has recognized the water. So I'm going to slip off screen and take some water now. Next, I'm going to invite you to put your fingers just underneath your collarbones here, just at the wingtips of the shirt as I have it here. And what I want you to do is just simply rub there, gently, over and back, around in circles, whatever you wish. Put your other hand down at your belly button or your navel and slowly move your eyes from side to side, gently and softly, easily and comfortably. Don't go too far, just move gently. Excellent. Now, I'd like you to check with your body and find out what you're feeling. I'd like you to put your hand on your forehead and just rest it there. And as you rest your hand on your forehead, just wait until it feels like it is warming up. So it'll take 20, 30 seconds, but after 20 or 30 seconds, you'll actually feel a flow of heat coming into your forehead. Excellent. So if you're feeling the heat, then put your hand up. There's a facility whereby you can put your hand up. If you look at the controls at the bottom of the screen, you can just put your hand up there. That's great. Okay, thank you. Over the next 50 minutes or so, you will be relaxing, clearing, and energizing your brain and your body. So your natural ability to concentrate and to focus your attention will be able to shine through. My ambition here is to help you to relax so much that the resources will move fully into the front area of your brain, and that will become the dominant area of your brain, controlling your whole body and allowing you to concentrate and to focus fully. Now, let's have a quick look at which areas of your brain do what. There are 4 zones in the brain when it comes to focus and concentration. In the first zone here, we're dealing with the stress reactions, and the stress reactions are fight, flight, freeze, and flock. And these 4 reactions take place in the cerebellum and the pons in the brainstem, and that's at the very back of the brain, the very bottom of the brain. These are extremely primitive reactions, and when they are engaged, any one of these engaged, it is going to preoccupy your mind. You're going to be preoccupied with safety and security. You're going to be feeling anxious and stressed until you feel secure again, and until the fight, flight, freeze, and flock reflexes and reactions have been neutralized within your body. In the next area, just above it, marked orange in here on this diagram, this is the area where you are distracted by your five senses. So there's things that you see, that you smell, that you hear, the things that you touch, the things that you taste, the things that you smell. These items will be distracting you. And they will be distracting you because you're scanning for signs of danger. And generally speaking, when we are scanning for signs of danger, it means we are easily distracted. And as a result, we're not able to hold our concentration for long. And we can get distracted by the senses, or we can get distracted by our anxieties and fears, etc. Finally, the fourth area is the prefrontal lobes. And this is the area just inside the forehead. And this allows us to have total focus for as long as you need, or up to 90 minutes at a time. So the 90-minute focus method, and this is a method that I put together based on my work with my clients in the clinic. It's tried and tested, and it works. The first thing is we set a goal. When we have a clear goal that we know exactly what we want, then your whole brain and your body will be engaged by it. Then we find your skill level, where you're at the moment, how you can concentrate at the moment. We then go ahead and we clear the distractions that have been blocking you from achieving good focus and concentration. We help you to calm down your body, to still your mind, and to resource your whole body and brain so that it becomes possible for you to commit yourself fully and to have the focus that you wanted for anything up to 90 minutes at a time. So, do you have any questions so far? We're good?
Yep.
Good. Okay. So setting your goal. One of the first things we need to do is we need to establish a specific, clear goal that we can, essentially, we should be able to cut our goal down to one single phrase. It needs to be measurable. We need to know that we have achieved it. If it's not measurable, we won't know that we have actually achieved it. It has to be achievable. And it has to be something that is possible. Sometimes when we're setting a goal, it's a bit like finding the last piece in the jigsaw. And when you get that last piece, you're only adding one piece, but you're completing the picture. And you're making it possible for a person then to see the whole picture. If it's realistic that you can achieve this goal, then it's going to be far more effective than setting an unrealistic goal where you might need too many resources, or it might be way beyond your capacity to achieve it in the short term that you are giving yourself, because we're setting a time limit on the achievement of this goal. And if you're setting a time limit, I suggest a week, an hour, a day. Take a small unit rather than setting a goal for 16 years from now or 10 years from now. And I'd like the goal to be stretching, because if this is your comfort zone and the goal is already within your comfort zone, then you're already achieving it, but you may not be acknowledging that skill within your range at the moment. But when the goal is a little bit stretching, that means that it's going to help you to extend your comfort zone. And then when you set another goal, you'll again stretch a little bit further, and gradually you'll become very comfortable, very confident in whatever you're doing. Finding your skill level. So for finding your skill level, what we're going to do is we're going to ask the question is, how is your concentration at present? Score it. This is all on the worksheet. Where does it let you down? For how long can you concentrate at the moment? How long can you stay focused? So we've answered those questions in the worksheet. Now we're working on calming down your body. So to switch off the four major reactions to shock, distress, anxiety, and terror, these 4 reactions are fight, flight, freeze, and flock, I'm going to invite you to listen as I talk you through a visualization, a relaxation that will help you to switch off the fight or flight reflex. So if you just relax with me, close your eyes and listen. I'll help you to switch off the fight, flight, freeze, and flock reactions, which will allow you to calm your body. I'm going to invite you to cross your ankles. As you're probably already sitting down, you may have your ankles crossed. So I'd like you to uncross them first and then cross them deliberately. And the reason we're doing this is to tell your body that we know that you are in a safe place, that you don't have to run away, there's no emergency that you have to rush to, and there's no danger that you have to run away from. As soon as your body realizes that your legs are no longer required for running away or to a danger or away to a situation, it's going to begin to move some of the resources from the muscles of your legs and bring them further up into your body to facilitate the organs and the parts of your body that will allow you to heal, to relax, and allow you to focus and concentrate at a later stage. But right now, we're just interested in switching off the flight reflex. I'd like you to tense up all the muscles in your legs, right down to your toes, and then release them again. And do that 3 times slowly, gently, and slowly. Excellent. Now, when you're ready, I'd like you to fold your arms on your chest or on your stomach and just relax. Breathe in and breathe out. And as you breathe in and breathe out, just allow your breath to travel down into your stomach so that you're pushing your stomach out with each breath, gently and slowly. So breathe in gently and slowly. And the calmer and the more relaxed your breathing becomes, the more your body realizes that you're no longer in fight or in flight mode. When your arms are folded on your chest, you're indicating to your brain and to your body that you don't have to defend yourself, you don't have to protect yourself, that you don't have to hunt and gather. So therefore you feel safe, you feel comfortable, you feel relaxed. Next, I'm going to invite you to put your tongue to the roof of your mouth. And just imagine that you have a sweet or a candy, a toffee or a mint there. And you don't want anybody to know that you have it. So you're sucking it gently and softly occasionally. And as you're sucking there gently, you're allowing your brain and your body to produce peaceful chemicals, calming chemicals that will help you to relax the freeze reflex. Soon you're going to find that all of the muscles of your body are beginning to relax. Your digestive system is beginning to wake up, and you may feel gurgling in your stomach. You may feel a lightness coming within your body. Now I'm going to invite you to close your eyes for a few moments. And as you close your eyes, just notice how calm and how peaceful your body has become. Starting at your toes, just slowly work your way up along through your body, through your legs, through your trunk, through your neck and your shoulders, your arms and your fingers. And notice any area that's not calm at the moment. And just breathe a calm, peaceful, relaxing breath into that area. And as you exhale, breathe away all the tension and the stress that you've been holding there. Allowing you to relax, to release, and to renew your body in a calm, peaceful way. Next, I'm going to help you to still your mind and to take control over your thinking. We're going to silence the internal noises and the chatter. We're going to silence the self-justification, the internal arguments, and we're going to still your mind completely. But right now, what I'd like you to do is to just relax and come back to me. We're going to be working to clear the distractions. Anything up to 90% of your scanning of your eyes is for signs of danger. When you're feeling stressed, when you're feeling anxious, over 90% of what you're listening to when you are anxious or stressed is you're listening for danger sounds. It's the same with smell and taste and touch. You're constantly scanning for signs of danger. With a still mind, you can focus your attention. You can keep your attention on a single task for as long as required. When you're anxious, when you're stressed, your attention may last for milliseconds. To establish, maintain, and sustain your focused concentration for extended periods of time, your brain and your body must be fully resourced. We need to resource your brain and your body. And we need to bring in the resources of oxygen, water, glucose, nutrients. And if we can focus your brain and your body on one single task, on one single idea, then you become unstoppable. It is the difference between the people who make it to the top of Mount Everest or dive to the depths of the ocean, the people who trek across the Antarctic. These are the people who have one single focus in mind and nothing distracts them from it. So when we can have that kind of focus, and you can have that kind of focus, then it's possible for you to achieve far more of the goals that you set for yourself, and it will be possible for you to have far more time and energy. Finally, when your whole body, mind, and spirit are committed to achieving focus, you will succeed. So coming back to the concentration, to the focus, to the whole 90-minute focus method, it's an inverted pyramid. And what we're doing is we're working like a wedge, bringing the whole of your resources down into one single thing, helping you to focus on the single task that you want to achieve. So I'm going to help you now to set a goal. And in order to set the goal, I'm going to share the screen again, if I may, one moment. I'm experiencing a little bit of, there we go. There we go. Share screen, here we go. What we want is we're sharing the oxygen, they're just going back over that there. This is the pyramid upside down, and essentially what you're seeing there is you are seeing set your goal. Okay. So the goal that I've set for this evening for this webinar is my goal is to easily and comfortably double my concentration by the end of this webinar. So if that's a goal that you would like to work with, then that's wonderful. And what I'd like to do is I'd like to point out that there are 3 different colors in this goal here. In fact, there are 4 colors. The goal is to easily. The easily is going to satisfy the area at the back of the brain down here, which doesn't like to make changes. So if you tell it that something is going to be easy, that area of the brain is going to accommodate the goal. If we say it's going to be comfortable, then the sensory area, the sensory motor area of the brain is going to say, okay, it'll make me comfortable, so I'm going to go with this. And the areas at the front of the brain, the areas that we're focused, that allow us to concentrate and to focus, the areas that allow us to set a goal, that area is working with the green section here. The green section is the actual goal, double my concentration. We're setting a time limit by the end of this webinar. Okay, So my goal is to easily and comfortably double my concentration by the end of this webinar. And in the worksheet, you've already established how long you can concentrate for. And you did that by looking at a task that you have done before and establishing how long you can stay focused on it. So what I'd like you to do now is to stand, and I'm going to stand and model this for you. So you just stand and you state your goal, relax your knees, and just state the goal. Breathe out slowly, and I'm going to call it out loud. My goal is to easily and comfortably double my concentration by the end of this webinar. Now, if you're going forward,
double my concentration by the end of the webinar.
So if you're going forward, then we need to add extra challenges to this goal. If you're going backwards, then we can proceed. So if you could just shout out there, anybody who's live, shout out and tell me whether you went backwards or you went forwards, and that will help me to move forward with the webinar.
I went backwards.
Backwards, excellent. Okay, so
did I.
Okay, so if you swayed backwards, then we can move on. But if you had swayed forwards, then you need to add a little more stress to the goal. So you do this by thinking about some challenges to your concentration that would normally be faced. So, for example, somebody humming in the background or whatever it might be that will be creating the stress for you. Now, what we want to do next is we want to Okay, that's excellent. Well, in setting the goal, what we want is specific, measurable, realistic, etc., time limited, etc., and we want to verify how things are at the moment. When the happy areas of your brain are engaged, you sway forwards. But when the stressed areas of your brain are engaged, you sway backwards. So when we come to the panda on your worksheet, what I'd like you to do now is to think about a situation where you have been focused, where you felt strong, where you felt peaceful, where you felt calm, and you could focus for any length of time. And just imagine that you're back there focusing right now. And when you are focusing, what I'd like you to do is just put your finger on your right ear. And standing, just put your finger on your right ear. So, you just put your finger on your right ear and stand. And when you think about being focused, your body will either go forwards or it will go backwards. If it sways backwards, then you don't mark it. But if it sways forward, then that's the ear that's engaged when you're concentrating, when you're focusing. So you mark that ear. Then you check the other ear. You just touch it. Think about that time when you were focused, and in fact, both of my ears are switched on for that. Okay. Then we do the same with the eyes. Just put your finger underneath your eye. Think about that situation where you were focused and both eyes are switched on. Both of them were engaged. Okay. So what we want to do then is we now want to find out, think of a situation where you were stressed, where you were trying to focus, where you were having difficulty focusing, and then find out which of your ears, which of your eyes were engaged. And just mark that on the panda. So which eye, which ear was engaged. And when you've done that, just give me a shout out on the microphones.
So when I was focused, my both of my eyes were switched on and my left ear was switched on.
Yes.
And when I wasn't, when I was stressed, nothing was switched on.
That's okay. That's perfect. That's absolutely perfect. You've just found out how your system is running, and that's fabulous. So what we need to do next is we need to move to clearing away the distractions that are causing you having difficulty with your focus, so that we can move forward and we can make it possible for you to double your focus and to achieve this goal this evening. So for our next item, I'd like to work on clearing away the distractions. And to do this, we're going to clear away the visual distractions. Good. Can you see the diagram here?
Yeah.
On the screen? Okay, good. And this diagram here represents somebody who's in sensory overload. And when we're in sensory overload, it's usually because we're anxious. So it starts with being anxious, but then what happens is you may be in visual or auditory overload. And if you are, that means that way over 90% of all the information coming in is unnecessary information, but your body is scanning all information to see if there's any sign of danger. So what we want to do is we want to create filtering systems within your eyes and within your ears that will help you to clear away all of the distractions and to make it possible for you to focus on the things that count, the things that you want to focus on. Okay. Good. The visual distractions. Okay, to clear the visual distractions, what we're going to do is we're going to do a simple activity. I'm going to show you on the screen how I do this with my clients. We go back to that point that we had earlier and we rub here just underneath the collarbones. The other hand goes to the belly button and you just leave the hand on the belly button. It's not moving, it's still. Slowly moving here just underneath the collarbones. And what we're going to do is I'm going to get each of you, and I'm going to model it on the screen, to slowly track the eyes from side to side at eye level. Slowly moving across at eye level, side to side, as far as your eyes will go in both directions. And it's okay if your two eyes are not traveling at the same speed. That's okay. What we're doing is we're not correcting your eyes. We're not attempting to make a change or a correction to your eyes. We're simply scanning your visual environment and reassuring your brain and your body that you are safe. Next, I'm going to invite you to go a rainbow shape from this visual field over here, the end of this visual field, right across the top and all the way across the edge of the visual field over here. And slowly move your eyes all the way up, all the way to the side, all the way back over. One more time. And what we're doing is we're convincing your brain and your body that you will not be attacked from behind, from above, from below. We're now going to scan below, that you will not be attacked from any direction. So just breathe in and breathe out and allow your eyes to travel the complete 360 degrees all the way around, and then scan right back again from left to right, so that there is complete confidence now that there is no sign of danger in your visual environment. Next, I'm going to invite you to do a simple activity that will help you to make it possible for you to filter out all of the unnecessary sounds so that you can focus on your own thinking if you want to move your listening internally, or you can focus on the sounds that you wish to hear, like the voice of a person or the words of a song or whatever it is that you wish to focus on. So to do this activity, we're going to work with the ears, and I'm going to step off the microphone just like this. And you can hear me, I hope so. I'm going to be working with the ear. We stretch the ear outwards like this. We're rolling the outside of the ear. We're doing both ears at the same time. So as you're doing this, you're firmly stretching out the ears. And we're actively assisting inside in the ear, in the auditory system, in the auditory brain processing area called the reticular filtering system. And this helps to strain out or to block off all of the unnecessary noises. And having done this 3 times from top to bottom, we then have a different approach to listening, to thinking, and to concentrating. For a moment, you'll notice that the sounds around you in your environment have changed. You're not as conscious of the distractions, and it has become easier for you to listen. Now, I'm going to invite you to move your attention into the center of your focus zone. And your focus zone is that space in front of you. It's the size or the width of your shoulders and from the top of your head down as far as your waist. And this is in this space that we do all of our concentrating, most of our work, all of our typing, all of our cooking, all of those things that we do at the office, all of those things that we do around us at home. Very few people would have a wider concentration zone. But if you have, that's okay, because you can extend this focus zone as wide as you wish. But when you can focus your attention into your focus zone, it means that you have eliminated everything else. So if I come right up here, now you've got a notion of where my focus zone is. It's from the top of my head to the width of my shoulders and down as far as my waist. So to do this, I'm going to invite you to put your thumb underneath your lower lip, your fingers together like this above your upper lip, and just leave your fingers there for a moment. I'm going to do it with the other hand so that I don't hit the microphone. Now we're going to invite you to wobble the flesh above and below the lips gently from side to side. Keep your head steady, and the other hand goes to your belly button again, or your navel. While we're doing this, we're bringing attention to the midline of your body. I'm wearing a tie to indicate the midline of my body. And what we're looking for is we're looking for an awareness of where the center of your brain and your body are. When we're born, our attention is continuously distracted out to the edges. And it's only with time that a child learns to clap hands and to bring the 2 hands together, to bring the 2 eyes together so that they can focus more effectively, to bring the 2 ears so that they are listening to the same thing or the same person at the same time. We're not naturally designed to have that focus in the focus zone, but in modern society, it's absolutely essential. It's also essential that we can concentrate and focus because everybody expects us to be able to do so. So what we're going to do here is just rub above and below the lips and just keep going. Now move your eyes up and down, straight line, all the way up as far as you can see without moving your head, and all the way down as far as you can see without moving your head. And if you're doing this while you're standing, you'll find that when you have enough done, your body will sway forwards. Okay. And then you swap hands and you do the other side. Okay, so for me, because I am very focused at the moment, that was very rapid. But if you weren't focused, if you weren't concentrating, then it might have been a little bit longer. It might have taken a little longer to actually get there. Okay, it's time for a little more water. Excellent. Right. So having checked your system beforehand, now let's check now let's find out how your focus is again. So we want to check how your eyes are, how your ears are. And what I'd like you to do is to stand up again, please, and just think about a situation where you found it difficult previously to concentrate and to focus. And then what we're going to do is we're going to touch the ear and then check the other one. And what you'll now find is that both ears and possibly both eyes are switched on. You can check one eye at a time, or you can check both eyes together. And when you do so, you should find that both eyes and both ears are switched on together.
Why didn't we do this at 9 o'clock this morning? My day would have been so different.
Yes. Well, you can do it tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. Yes. Remember to send me your comments, and I'm looking forward to hearing from you. And if you need more, if you want more attention, then book a free strategy call with me, and we can discuss how I can help you to improve your focus and sustain it for up to 90 minutes at a time. You can go to 90minutefocus.com/call. When you click that, it will open up a schedule of times when I'm available to ring you, and we can chat with video or we can chat with telephone. I'm looking forward to helping you to achieve even better results than we have achieved tonight. So if you have experienced a change in your focus, a change in your concentration, having attended this live training, then please send me your comments. You can email me, or you can send them through on Facebook, or you can send them through on Twitter. Okay. Thank you so much for attending. I'm looking forward to seeing you at the next webinar, which I hope will be hosted in the next month. And at that webinar, I'm going to take it further. I'm going to explain more techniques that I use on a day-by-day basis in the clinic. Thank you for your attention. I have to say a special thanks to Martha Smith, who has helped me out with the technology and has guided me and helped me to create the kind of webinar that I am hoping I will be able to continue to create with you.